This is probably one of my favorite pitcher plant species that occurs in the US. There's so much diversity contained in longleaf pine ecosystems, and one of the best places to find that diversity is in wetlands. Here, we're in a really cool habitat known as a seepage bog. You can see behind me how open it is. There's a few pine trees coming up, but for the most part, there's not really tree cover back behind me, even though there are trees right over there. Well, the reason for that is that there's groundwater seeping out of the ground here, and the soil is very nutrient poor, so it's hard for things like trees to grow. But one plant that does grow really well here is right here. This is called the white top pitcher plant, also known as Sarracenia leucophylla, if you want to be fancy about it. But as you can see, these are beautiful plants. They have this beautiful purple coloration, this white top that grades down into green, this really neat pattern. In fact, the place you've probably seen these pitcher plants is in floral arrangements at nurseries and grocery stores and things. But this plant has this color for a very specific reason. That reason is attracting insects. Remember, I said that this habitat was nutrient poor. These plants capture insects to gain nutrients to grow. So let's take a look inside. I'm going to carefully peel back the lid and look at that. Inside here is a wasp struggling to get out of the pitcher plant. It's actually sitting on top of a group of other insects. For whatever reason, I've found that white top pitcher plants are exceptionally good at capturing insects compared to the other pitcher plants, especially flying insects. So we have this wasp, but then I look inside and I see some moths. And what's weird about that is that these moths have not been captured at all by the pitcher plant. Huh? Turns out this plant, this self-contained tube, is habitat for a whole host of species. And one of those species is a type of moth that specializes in white top pitcher plants. On this plant, you can see another clue that these moths occur here. Check this out. This is where the caterpillars of the pitcher plant moth have basically nibbled their way out of the tube. Here in a longleaf pine ecosystem, you have all the plants in the uplands, then you have all these special plants in the wetlands, and even within those plants you have species. It's just so incredibly diverse, and every time I look at a place like this, I'm just blown away, and I'm so grateful that protected places like this exist.